Dear students, I hope you are all fine. Now, we'll go to chapter 4 Consumption and Investment Function. In this chapter, we are going to discuss consumption function, psychological law of consumption, investment function, multiplier, accelerator, and super multiplier. The chart says that the whole theory divides into two: theory of fluctuations, theory of value. Theory of fluctuations divides into two: one is multiplier, other one is accelerator. Theory of value divides into two: one is demand, other one is supply. Now, the objective of this lesson is to accelerate the growth of national income. Accelerate means speed up or increase the growth of national income. So we'll see about formation of capital first. How the capital is formed. So you know what is capital. Normally you will say large amount of money is called as capital. So how the capital is formed we'll see now. First, the source of capital is income. Income means a person one who are earning the money for his valuable service or valuable factors of production or through factors of production. So income means a person can work as a worker and he can earn a wage also, and professional they can earn a income also. So our income can be classified into two: one we will spend on consumption, other one we will spend on saving. What is consumption? Consumption means buying and usage of commodities is called as consumption. We'll go to the market as soon as our salary credited. For example, our salary is 10,000. We'll take 8,000 and we'll go to the provision shop and we'll pay the EB bill. We'll pay the phone bill and we'll pay the rent for our house. Like that, we will spend our money. These are all come under consumption. The remaining 2,000 no, that we will deposit in the bank as a saving. Okay, so our income classified into consumption and saving. So when the saving is accumulated every month, we are giving 2000 rupees in the bank. We are keeping 2000 rupees in the bank. After 5 years or after 10 years, it will become a large amount of money. It become a big amount of money that going to be convert as a investment. We'll start one shop, or we'll start one buy one property, or we'll start one industry, we'll start one factory. So it is the source of capital. So investment is a source of capital, saving is a source of investment, income is a source of saving. Okay, now we'll see about consumption function. What is consumption function? Meaning of consumption function. We'll see now. The consumption function or propensity to consume refers to the relationship between income and the consumption. Income refers national income. Consumption refers total consumption. So the relationship between income and consumption. Income what we earned, consumption what we spend. So the relationship between income and consumption is equal to consumption function. The other name for consumption function is propensity to consume. The formula to calculate consumption function is C equal to function of Y. F of Y. C refers consumption, Y refers income, F refers function. Or mathematical term, C equal to A plus BY. C refers consumption, A equal to constant, A equal to constant, Y equal to income, and B equal to MPC, marginal propensity to consume. The formula to calculate MPC is delta C by delta Y. Change in the consumption divided by change in the income. That is equal to 0.8. Okay. Now we'll see the income consumption schedule. Income is given as Y, consumption is given as C, saving is given as S. How to calculate saving? The difference between income and the consumption equal to saving. Saving formula is equal to Y minus C. Look at the tabular column or look at the schedule. 0 is the income, consumption is 20. There is no income at all for a person, but he is consuming for 20 rupees. How it is possible? It is because of from the borrowing. They borrowed from other and they are spending it. So the consumption is minus 20. There is no saving at all. And 60 rupees is income, 70 rupees is consumption, 10 rupees is a saving. No saving, minus 10. No saving, it's called as a deficit. Okay. And 120 is the income, 120 is the consumption. It's equal. There is no balance at all. So 0 is a saving. The remaining all shows 180 is the income, 170 is the consumption, 10 rupees they saved. So 240 minus 220, 20 is the saving. 300 minus 270, 30 is the saving. 360 minus 320, 40 is the saving. Now we'll calculate MPC. The formula is C equal to 100 plus 0.8y. Now look at this side corner, mathematical term C equal to A plus BY. A is constant, C equal to A. C is consumption. A is constant 100. So we'll use a 100 in all the calculation. Plus by is 0.8y. 0.8y. So now the MPC equal to 0.8. MPC equal to 0.8. Okay. Now if y is 0, y means income. Income is 0. Consumption is 100. How it is possible? Through the loan, through the borrowing. So if y is 100, c equal to 180. How it is possible? Now look at the previous line. 0.8 into 100 will give you 80. 0.8 into y is 100. Y is 100 because the consumption is 100. The income is 100. Sorry, not consumption. The income is 100. 0.8 into 100 will give you the 80. So 80 plus 100, constant number 100, 180. Now if y is 200, so how we will make the formation? C equal to 100 plus 0.8 into 200. 0.8 into 200 will give you 160. 160 plus constant variable 100 will give you 260. If you add 100 plus 160 will give you 260. So 260 is the consumption. If income is 300, the consumption is 340. Same way 100 plus 0.8 into 300. So 0.8 into 300 will give you 240. 240 plus constant variable 100 will give you 340. So 340 is the consumption. They'll give you income. They'll ask you to find out the consumption. So finally MPC equal to delta C by delta Y. Delta means change. Change in the consumption divided by change in the income. So now look at this side, left side. The table shows that consumption is the increasing function of income because consumption expenditure increases with increases in income. When we earn more money, we will spend more. So when the income is high, the consumption expenditure is also high. Okay, at the right side, look at the right side corner red box. It gives a mathematical term C equal to A plus B Y. Now we will see the Diagrammatical explanation. X-axis refers income, Y-axis refers consumption. And look at the diagram. Income is 120 and consumption is 120. So that's why B is known as equilibrium, because Y equal to C or C equal to Y. It indicates by 45-degree line. It's a linear consumption function. The next one, see, 180 is the income, 170 is the consumption. So Y minus C, 180 minus 170, 10 rupees. It's wrongly given in the diagram. 10 rupees is the saving. So it's shown by the saving line S. S referred as a save. S referred as a save. So saving line it been shown. And sometimes people, I have told, they will consume even when income is zero, maybe from out of their saving or from the loan or from the borrowing. It is known as autonomous consumption. Autonomous means not depends on anyone. If you don't have income, you spend from your saving. If you don't have income, you go to bank, take loan and spend, make an investment. So it is or consume it or buy any property. So or buy any goods. It's called as an autonomous consumption. Now I will explain technical attributes of the consumption function. There are four. First one is average propensity to consume. APC can be calculated by C by Y. C means consumption, Y means income. Second one is the marginal propensity to consume. MPC can be calculated by delta C by delta Y, change in consumption divided by change in income. The third one is the average propensity to save, average per person. Okay, so the average propensity to save can be calculated by S by Y, saving divided by income. The last one is the marginal propensity to save, MPS, can be calculated by delta S by delta Y. Delta means change. Change in the saving divided by change in the consumption. Since MPC plus MPS equal to 1. So MPS can be calculated by MPS equal to 1 minus MPC. MPC can be calculated by 1 minus MPS. Now we will see the calculation of APC, MPC, APS, MPS. Formula is given in that column itself. Income is given Y, consumption is given as C, APC in percentage, APS in percentage. So percentage means we should use 100. So here income is 120, consumption is 120. Apply the formula 120 by 120 into 100, which gives 100. And now we'll go for APS, S by Y. There is no saving. 120 minus 120 is equal to 0. So 0 by income is 120 into 100, it gives 0. And we cannot calculate MPC and MPS for this. The next one is 180 is the income, 170 is the consumption. APC, apply the formula 170 by 180 into 100, 94 is APC. Like APS, how to calculate? APS is 10. See how the 10 gets 180 minus 170 gives the 10 rupees is a saving divided by 180. It's wrongly given. 80 is wrongly given. It's 180. 10 by 180 into 100. The answer is 5.55. The next one is MPC. MPC, to calculate MPC. So look at the consumption column, row, consumption column. it's increased from 120 to 170. So the difference between 170 minus 120 is 50. Now delta Y. Look at the income column. Income has increased from 120 to 180. So 180 minus 120, the answer is 60. 50 by 60 equal to 0.83. Next we will calculate MPS, delta S by delta Y. Delta S is 10, delta Y is 60. How the 60 comes? Y, income, 180 minus 120. 60 is equal to 0.17. This is the way of calculating APC, MPC, APS and MPS. Now, we will see Keynes' psychological law of consumption. Psychological, human nature, human behavior, it comes under psychological. Now look at this. The fundamental psychological law upon which we are entitled to depend with great confidence both prior from our knowledge of human nature and for the detailed fact of experience is that men are disposed as a rule and on the average to increases the consumption as their income increases but not by as much as the increase in their income. So what it explains, just look at the last three lines again. Average to increase the consumption as their income increases but not by as much as the increases in their consumption. What is the explanation for this? When a person income increases twice and thrice but his consumption increase only 1 unit. Look at the picture here. When income is 2000 rupees, he bought 2 chairs. When income is multiples, he bought only one more chair. But the income is twice and thrice has been increased. But the consumption increase only 1 unit. It's so the consumption and the income not increase in the same proportion. When income increase, consumption also increase but not by the same proportion. Now we'll see the assumptions. Assumption means we can say certain conditions, rules. So if it is prevailed, the law can be operate. First point is ceteris paribus. Ceteris paribus means the consumption depends only on income, not by the other factors. There are other factors, that is fashion, taste and preference of the consumer, and there is an increase in the more product, more demand in the market. So all these factors are absent. Only income, consumption are active here. Second one is in existence of normal condition. The economy should have only a normal condition. There should not be any abnormal condition or any extraordinary condition. For example, war, hyperinflation, any revolution, not like that. It should have only a normal condition, then the law can be operate. The last one is an existence of a laissez-faire capitalist economy. Laissez-faire, non-intervention of the government. The government need not interfere any of your activity. You can consume as you like, you can earn as you like. So there is no intervention of the government. These are all the assumption of the theory. Now we will see propositions of the Keynes law of consumption. First proposition is, there are three propositions. First one is, when income increases, consumption expenditure also increases but by a smaller amount. Second point is, the increased income will be divided in some portion between consumption expenditure and saving. Third proposition is, income increases always leads to an increase in both consumption and saving. Now I'll give an example for the first one. When income increased 60 crores, the consumption increased only 50 crores. So it's not equal amount. Consumption increased by the smaller amount. Income increased by the 60 crores. Consumption increased by the 50 crores. Okay. Second proposition example is when income increased 60 crores, it divided between consumption and saving. Okay. So 50 crores for consumption, 10 crores for saving. That is the second proposition explains. The third proposition explain whenever your income increase, it leads to increase both consumption as well as saving. It will not decrease the consumption and saving. It increases the consumption and the saving. For example, when person is getting only 10,000 rupees as a income, so he will spend some 8,000 for consumption, 2,000 for saving. Suppose he is getting 1 lakh as a income, so his expenditure will also increase. Consumption expenditure will also increase. He will go for a branded amount, branded product. He will go for a hi-fi techniques and car he will use it. All luxurious things he will started buying. So whenever his income increased, the consumption increased as well as he is having a very good bank balance also if he has a 1 lakh rupees per month as a salary, isn't it? So whenever income increased, the consumption and the saving also increased. And there will be a tabular column is given. This tabular column can be understood by explaining the diagram. We will see the diagrammatical explanation with the help of the table. Then you can able to understand the table and the diagram. Now we will see the diagrammatical explanation. Look at the diagram. Income measured on x-axis and consumption measured on y-axis. And there is a 45-degree line shows consumption equal to income. 180 is a income, 180 is a consumption. So it's a linear consumption curve. I have told this already. When income consumption are equal, it's said to be linear. So 45-degree line divides the income and the consumption. And the next one is in proposition 1 says when the income increases from 120 to 180, the consumption increases from 120 to 170. Smaller amount only increased. 10 is a saving. Proposition 2 says, look at the chart, when the income increases from 120 to 240, it's a very big increment. So the consumption is also increased from 170 to 220. And when income increased further 240, even the consumption is also increased to 240 also. So 240 also. So whenever income increase, it divides the income into two things. One is consumption, other one is saving. So savings also increased from 10 rupees to 20 rupees. Third proposition says that whenever income increase, consumption is also increase as well as the saving will also increase. That's why it shows the difference by using the green color line. Look at that line. There the equation is C equal to 20 plus 5 by 6 y. Income increased 50, consumption increased 60. So 5 by y it says C equal to 20 plus 5 by y, 5 by 6 y. The next one is determinants of consumption function. What do you mean by determinants? Determinants means what made you to buy the product. either you have more income, you are buying it. Buying means consuming it. Or you have a fashion, because of new fashion, new trend, I am buying that product. Or I have a I like that particular color, so I'm buying it. So like this, these are all a few small example of the determinants. So here our theory Keynes law of consumption says that income increase, consumption not increase at the same proportion. Income increase, consumption not increase at the same proportion. So what was the reason for that? So why the consumption is not increase at the same level? Sometimes consumption may increase at the higher level. When income increase, the consumption is also increase higher level. Okay, so we'll see the determinants. These determinants Keynes made it into 2 points. One is subjective factors, other one is an objective factors. There are 8 subjective factors. These are all psychological factors. Psychological means something internal factors. First point is motive of precaution. Precaution means we'll reserve some amount of money in our hands or in the bank for any accident. If any accident occurs, we'll use the money. If any sickness come, we'll use the money. So our consumption level is not equal to our income level. And the motive of foresight. Foresight means I am not spending more money, I am saving money, and I am securing money, and I am reserving money in order to use it in my old age. If I become old, I need not depend on anyone. I can use my own money, so I am consuming less. Consumption is not equal to the income. And the third one is in calculation. Calculation means what is the motive of calculation? If I spend my money, I'll consume more goods. There is no use. If I keep my money in the bank, I can earn a interest. So this is called as a motive of calculation. And the motive of improvement. Improvement in the thing to increase your standard of living. You see, I said a person income increase from 10,000 to 1 lakh. So definitely he will go for a branded product, high-fi quality goods, and a big malls he can go, and he'll have a very good entertainment. Everything he is ready to spend. So to show off their standard of living, he'll spend more, and will spend more. Next one is then financial independence. I don't want to depend upon anyone. I want to use my own income. So for that purpose, I'll save more money and consume less. And the motive of enterprise means I want to enter into the business. I want to enter into the trade. Trade means what? Buying and selling. I want to enter into the trade. For that purpose, I am using it. And motive of pride. Motive of pride means desire to bequeath a fortune. That means after my death, all my properties must go to my own son and daughters and the granddaughter's grandson. So this is called as a motive of pride. For that purpose, I am securing more money, I am saving more money, I am not consuming more amount of money. The next one is a motive of avarice. Motive of avarice means it's purely because of extreme desire of money. My extreme desire of money made me to not to spend on consumption, and I'm saving only the money. These are all the things. And the next 4 point is for the government, institutions, business corporations. They have 4 motives for those motives will affect the consumption function. First one is an enterprises motive of enterprises. That means I'm securing money in order to buy the capital goods for my business in the future. Without taking loan, without taking debt, I want to buy all my capital equipments with my own amount of money. So I am consuming less. And motive of liquidity. What do you mean by liquidity? Keeping money in the hands for any emergency purpose. Okay, and hold the money in the hand. not hold in the bank, hold the money in the hand for any emergency. Why the government hold money? Why the business person hold liquid resources? For any emergency, for purpose, or for any difficulties comes, they can use the money what they have in their hands. Next one is a motive for improvement. They can make any improvement to raise their income. How they can raise the income? Adopting new technology, adopting new management, successful management. For because of all those things, they can have a improvement, so they can consume less. And the fourth one is financial prudence. Financial prudence means the money used for depreciations and to repay the debt of the company or the business or the industry or the factory. So factories debt already whatever they buy, whatever they bought, for those debt they are paying money. So this is comes under the motive of financial prudence. Now we will see the objective factors. There are several objective factors. Objective means which we can see, which we can measurable, which we it's a external one. Okay, it can be applicable for the long run. First thing is income distribution. Why consumption is not equal to the income? The reason is everybody not receiving higher income. Some people are getting higher income, some people are getting lower income. So this is called as an income inequality. Income distribution is not equal. Unequal distribution of income. Rich becoming more richer, poor becoming more poorer. We know this. So what the high class people do it, they'll consume less and they'll save more. When income is equally distributed, so the consumption level will also increase. Second point is a price level. It's a very important one. Listen very carefully. Price level, how the price level affect the consumption. The price is very low, we can buy a large amount of product with the small amount of money. Are you understand? If the prices are very low, we can buy more by spending less. So the remaining we can save it. So propensity to consume will be high, propensity to save will also be high when the prices are low. Third one is an wage level. Wage level means there is a positive relationship between wages and the consumption. When wage increase, consumption will also increase. Wage means a person is earning money and is rendering service. The labor earning wages, no. So when wages increase, the consumption will also increase. When wage decrease, definitely consumption level will also be the lesser one. Fourth one is an interest rate. When the bank offer high level of interest for the deposits, what the people will do it, they will all deposit their money in the bank, they will not consume highly. Fifth one is in fiscal policy. Fiscal policy means it's something related with taxation and canon of taxation, all these things. So when the tax is less, the income is high. When the government levied very low taxes, then the person income can be, they can save more money in their hands, they can keep more money in their hands, they can spend more and they can save more also. So that's why the government has to be implement the progressive tax. Income is higher tax, lower income lower tax. If they followed the progressive type of tax system, then the consumption level will be increased. And the next one is in consumer credit. See, if the goods are offered at a low rate of interest and at the credit, the installment amount is very less and it's available on credit now, definitely automobile, fridge, computer, all durable goods consumption level will be goes up. So the consumer credit plays a very important role. The seventh one is in demographic factor. Demographic means study of population, that is called as in demographic. In a family, the family members are very more number of family members, and suppose all their children are studying college, so they'll spend more money for the college fees, and they'll spend less for the consumption. If the children are studying at the primary level, they will they will pay the very less amount of fees, and they'll buy the more number of commodities. So demographic means it's a number of person, number of people, population. It's known as a study of population is a demographic. So when we talk about urban families and rural families, urban families they will spend more, rural families they will spend very less. Now we'll see the Duesenberry hypothesis. Duesenberry is an economist. He observed that, and he said that there are two factors which affect the consumption. What are the two factors? First point, see, the consumption expenditure depend not only on his current income but also past income and his standard of living. See, once if they reach one level, one status, what they'll do it, even they don't have income, they'll use their saving in order to maintain their status, isn't it? So that is the first point explains. Second point says that consumption is influenced by the demonstration effect. Demonstration means the consumption pattern of the poor people is depend upon the, or it's influenced by the consumption pattern of the rich people. See, nearby by my home, someone has bought a new model durable goods. What I will think, even I don't have a money, I want to spend for it, I want to apply a loan for it, and I want the particular kind of commodity in my home also. The next last one is in windfall gains or losses. See, unexpected income in from the stock market or unexpected loss, whatever happens, it affects the consumption. With this, consumption function is finished. Now we have the investment function. We'll see this in the next class. Thank you for listening patiently. Thank you.